On A Real Sense Now, where we're giving you the facts on all things real estate, whether you're a buyer or seller looking for investments, you're doing a fix and flip. I want to team you up with my team of experts. We were talking about relationships today and the importance of relationships, given the fact that it's Valentine's. Why not talk about relationships? And now, not only do I have one amazing guest, which was Nishad Khan from Nishad Khan Law and Tycon Title, but I have my second expert on the show, and this one is for you, Eric. We have Indira from Prime Taxes, and she's here to talk to us on all things taxes because, I mean, what better time to talk about taxes than now because you need to file your tax return. How are you, Indira?
I'm doing great, and you, how are you?
Good. Welcome to the show. So my first question to you is, how can I get a bigger refund?
So then the first thing that I would recommend, if you're self-employed is check your, your deductions.
Okay.
As a real estate agent, you have so many deductions to count on every year on your taxes.
Or any self-employed person for that matter.
Or any self-employed, yes. And I always recommend to open an LLC, right? That way it's not only going on your Social Security. It goes on the company.
Correct.
And then you take all the credits of having, a company that brings along. And, get a high savings account and boost your retirement contributions as well, like a 401k or a high Roth IRA. That's why one of the things that we always recommend to all of our clients. And of course, buy real estate. For example, the child tax credit, as we're seeing that today, we don't know anything yet until February 22nd.
Okay.
So hold on to that, right? And I hope that it goes through, because a lot of families are hurting as of right now.
Of course.
Yes, and as for self-employed, we do recommend that you have all your deductions, your profit and losses. So when you come to us or when you do your taxes, you know what you're doing because the IRS will always come back to you and ask you for proof.
Of course.
Yes. And one thing that many people don't know right now is that, because of the COVID-19, there's a COVID relief package, the family sick leave. So let's say, for example, that you were out of work and then you have kids as well, right? And they didn't go to school, so then you can qualify up to $15,000, which will take the offset of whatever you own as being a self-employed. And you get to take a refund home.
And that's for how many days?
For adults, it's 10 days. And for the children, it's 50 days, the maximum that you can claim as a self-employed. Great. Yes.
Guys, you heard it here first. I mean, this is brand new information. I mean, this didn't exist last year. So take advantage of this. I mean, Indira is the expert. You can contact her at Prime Taxes 24/7. That's 247.com. You can reach her at, Indira, what's the best number to reach you at?
407-602-7743. And we have an assistant that's open 24/7 as well. So that's why we call it 24/7.
That's amazing.
That makes sense. I love it.
Makes sense,
Yes.
right?
Yeah,
And you know what? It touches on a lot of the things you were talking about earlier, whether you're taking ownership and in terms of buying real estate. Nishad mentioned that, there's several ways in taking ownership. And there was something that you had mentioned to me yesterday in terms of doing a trust as well, too, when you're buying real estate and how that can help you in real estate. Can you talk about that as well, too?
Yes. So when you do have a trust, it's all about taxes, that you get to save. So when you buy real estate and you have a trust, then you have like an entity and it doesn't go on you, but it protects you at the end of the day to protect all your assets,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay, and you mentioned something about teachers. We have a lot of teachers that have been really holding down the fort, helping out all the parents, taking care of our kids while they're at school. Have there been any special benefits or anything new in the tax world that we can share?
There is. So usually you're only allowed to claim $250 of your expenses, but because of COVID-19, the relief package, it was passed in December for teachers. So then you're like most teachers like that, they stay home, they had to buy computers, they had to create new ways to teach the children. So you can put like business work home expenses.
Wait, is this teachers and principals?
It says teachers, but I'm sure that principals, but because I know that principals had to go to school, Yes. But teachers are the ones that are spending the most money, like computers, trying to make sure that their kids, one thing that I recognize is that the teachers, they go above and beyond for all of our kids.
Yes, they do.
Yes, they do. And it's a great thing that, this new COVID relief package is protecting them, is giving them something to claim on.
Aren't you happy?
I am so glad I came to Dawood University. My wife is a principal, and now I learned.
And you could just
There's
get some
extra
more
relief.
savings here, right? More money coming in your pocket.
Right.
So
Oh my
I don't know
gosh.
where you get your taxes done, but you need to give Indira
You're
a call for
absolutely
sure.
right. I'm going to have my wife call you for that principal credit.
So guys, if you're tuning in, we're talking with Indira from Prime Taxes. You can reach her on our website, Prime Taxes, and that's the number 247.com. She'll be able to answer all things taxes when it comes to new relief programs, new packages, some benefits. Get in contact with her. She's the pro. She's the person that you would want to talk to when you're getting your taxes done. So, Indira, it's a real estate show. I got to ask you, there's been a ton of people that have spent their time in 2020 improving on their houses, fixing stuff, building stuff, painting, renovating. Are there any tax credits for people like that?
So I do have good news about
What?
that, because as a homeowner, a lot of people were staying home, right? And they didn't have pretty much nothing to do. And a lot of people went, right, and started upgrading their home. But, the credits are available for your personal home. It's only energy related, like
Okay.
solar panels. If you change your doors,
Okay,
are
that's
energy
good.
saving.
I changed some doors.
Windows. But there's one thing that I tell all my customers, right, to look after is solar panels, right?
Yes.
If you decide to get solar panels and you want to get the 26%, you have to.
What do you mean 26%? Hang on a second. Tell me about this 26%.
So then you get a credit of 26% of the value of the solar panels.
So from financing it or buying it or
From-
leasing it?
No, you have to purchase it.
Okay, so I have to purchase the solar panel.
The solar panel,
And what's my tax credit?
26%.
That's incredible. That's a great savings on it. I
But
think
you
a lot-
have to be careful when you do that, right?
Okay.
Because sometimes people do finance it, and what happens is there is a UCC filed, which is attached to the actual solar panels that are on the property, and then you go to title to close, and you find out that there's this loan out there for these solar panels, and no one's talked about it. Now, the agents haven't talked about it, the buyer and sellers haven't talked about it, people just forgot about it. And so it becomes a title issue. And so it's so interesting how it all comes together, right?
See,
How
this is
she's
what we're talking about,
this.
relationships.
It's
I
all
have
about
two
relationships.
experts here, a lawyer and a tax person that's just protecting you both on a title side and on a tax side to make sure that you're getting the best benefits all around. Thank you for that tidbit of information there. Okay, what languages do you serve your clients with? Because I know for a fact that you speak Spanish. What else? What other languages do you guys cover? in your
So
life?
we have Portuguese,
Nice.
right?
I didn't know you
Because-
speak Portuguese.
Yes. With so many Brazilians in here, in selling homes and doing taxes for them and befriending them, so you got to learn. Brazilians are fun to be with.
Of course, they're a lot of fun.
Yes, and we also have a Korean in the store. He's amazing. And
Have you learned any Korean?
no, not really.
Yeah. Okay. We need to work on the Korean then.
Yes, but it's fun.
Nice. Okay. And any last tips? I always like to share some kind of secret information, some kind of information that you can empower our audience with so that they can be set up for success and make sure that they're not kind of like walking into any kind of pitfall here. What can you share with our audience here today?
One thing, for everybody is just check your withholdings. A lot of people are getting surprised, due to the pandemic, they probably went tax exemption. Just check your withholdings, and whenever you go do your taxes, make sure you have all your paperwork from your health insurance to your home expenses to 1098. That way, when you do your taxes, you get what you expect.
And guys, my piece of advice is, and everybody gets scared around getting their taxes done, doing their taxes, what to expect, how much it's going to cost them. Guys, don't be afraid. Consult an expert. You have an expert sitting right here, not one, but two. We have a tax expert, which is Indira over at primetaxes247.com. And I have Mr. Nishad Khan from Nishad Khan Law. They are part of my team, my panel of experts that are really going to empower my clients that I serve to get them from point A to point Z, right? The point is, at the end of the day, what we're really trying to do is create a one-stop shop for you where you can come, or I can help you either buy a house, sell a house, get an investment property, and get rocking and rolling.
The thing I learned the most out of this, though, is go and actually make a relationship. Find yourself a tax expert, because of the fact that there's so many people that it's the season, the Tax Act, Quicken Loans. You're seeing all those people that are, you can do it free. Just pop in your information from your W-2 and you're good to go, and you're going to get whatever you're going to get. And nobody on that site's going to tell you that, hey, maybe you should hold a little bit for that child tax credit. Hey, you could get that teaching extra. They're not telling you that on that website. So go and actually get yourself a tax expert that knows what it, make a relationship, and they'll know what you're doing next year when you come in next year with a big box of stuff. That,
and it doesn't cost you extra.
Yeah.
Right? And you can probably walk away saving a lot more money. I'm sure you have some great stories to tell.
Yes. And remember, knowledge is what's going to take you to the next step. The
Absolutely.
more you ask, the more you try to find out, especially with taxes. It's such a vast world that many of us don't know nothing about. Most of us have been conditioned to, January 1st, we have to get prepared for taxes, that just, knowledge is what's going to take you to the next step.
Absolutely. So, guys, thank you for listening into our show. You heard it here first on Real Sense Now. My final thought of the day, relationships are key. If you can't be with the one you want, love the one you're with.